Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video to the channel. So in this video, I'm going to do a walkthrough kill at the gates of Elidinis. I wanted to do a guide because I did have a couple of comments to say, look, we are struggling with the boss. We're not getting consistent kills. And I believe the way I kind of do it, I'm not checked other video makers sort of methods and stuff. The way I kind of do it is play it a little bit safe. I always try to sort of guarantee the kill. So I'm going to run through how I do this boss. I'm getting quite consistent, like 340 to upwards, sometimes to 5-minute kills, and just talk through a couple of things that I've got that I've picked up from doing this boss as well. Now currently at time of recording, I'm at 61 KC. I've not got any drops currently. I have been able to unlock the hunt, so now I've got all the rewards. So I've got the 10% drop enhancer as well as all the potions, so I have a boost of his stats. Currently 102 agility, 102 crafting, 116 div and 115 mining. So hopefully they're going to make a big difference as a benefit as well. And hopefully with a 10% drop enhancer, that will also come in and help us out big time as well. So in terms of my info, quite basic really. Magic Golem outfit, the Enchanted Excalibur. I have the augmented pickaxe of life and death. And I have a HP cape, although you could really sort of swap that out for a mining cape if you have got one. I do think the mining cape will be better. In terms of an info, I have 12 sailfish. I have an Elder Overload to help with mining. I do have a Dwarven Ram Hammer because from my experience, it does seem to help. I do get 2 ores quite often, and I do have a Power Burst as well. Now, some other things to say, definitely take your best beast of burden because this will help you massively. On your action bar, Barricade and Immortality work, so if you're very desperate for HP, you can use these as buffs or ways just to get out of it, just if you are struggling on your run. But like I said before, if you don't have the bus from the hunt, you can take the potions or at least pot up before the kill. But it's quite nice that these have got like an hour timer, pretty similar to how we have the Overload Cauldrons. Apart from that, things which are really helpful as well is the Quarry Master Aura. That's going to give you significant sort of speed on the mining, which is what I think you're going to need in the most anyway. And that's kind of why I bring the Overload, is to really encourage the speed of the mining. So I'm going to start a kill. I'm going to try and make it as best as I can with my current view. So what I do is get here to the Crystal Moonstone, I drink my Overload, I start with the Death Dog, and then I start doing the Moonstones. Now what we're going to sort of focus on is repairing our Moonstone gates. Now I'm going to get to about 40-ish of this, and then that's all I really need, and then get to repairing the gates. Now we're going to take the approach of, we're going to repair the gates to save HP. If you are someone who's going for speed, I believe for better speed, you need to sort of harvest in this front section, but you do take an awful lot of damage. So I'm going to talk through my process. I always start with these 2 here on the far corner. You can do it on the other side, but I always pick this far corner. Because with some of the attacks, it bounces between ores, and if you're in the far corner, there is a chance on certain kills, you will not get impacted by the blue square of death. So this is why I pick these. This is its main attack, where it gets all the corrupt energy and fires one big blast at you. If you don't have your gate up, that's going to be upwards of about 5k damage, so that can be quite brutal if you don't have your gate up. Other attacks is the blue squares, very similar to how they are in the Sanctum of Rebirth, and then the other one is when it spawns feline Akkers, which you just need to use. Now to kill the feline Akkers, you're going to be using your Moonstone Fragments, so that's why you need to get a bit more than what you normally need. So there's the feline Acker, you just throw some Moonstone and it dies. So what I normally do is do this first stint, so these first 2. As you can see, this attack's coming. I'm going to show you Barricade now, and you will not take any damage for it. If you need to add your crystals into your Pakiak, just right click and you can add them all in. As well, with your Cleanse Statue Shard, you have a great way to see how much damage you're currently doing. So as it stands, with all the shards I've got, it will cause 50,000 damage. So as you can see, I'm slowly working my way in, because when the blue squares happen, after this, you'll see that the red dot will bounce to something else. And because we're sort of out of the way in the corner, we're going to avoid that damage. And don't get me wrong, sometimes it will bounce over, but you do reduce it massively because you've got 2 dead ones here. And this one is sort of on the corner. So we kind of avoid that attack because we're doing it this way. So when you're ready, I'm going to call the Death Dog now. And if we do this perfectly, we're going to get 68k damage on the boss. So hopefully we're going to do this in a 2 down. So as you can see, we're going to attack the boss. Very good. Now, once this has happened and once you've attacked the boss is going to hit you with basically the special attack we saw earlier on with the sort of red dart. Now you want to run to Death Dog and you want to save this spawn of the Corrupt Shard here. Basically what you can do is just harvest it without taking damage. So what I normally do after I've done my first attack is do the divination part in one go. Go and repair my Moonstone barrier because I think it's worth it. Again, I'm playing here to be a bit safe. Make sure I get the kill and just make sure that I keep progressing. So I'm going to repair this fully. You can tank the damage, but just be careful. When it does the attack with the red dart, it will hit you quite hard. So the feline akkers are out. You can just throw it. Again, they'll appear as yellow dots on the minimap as well. The feline akkers are by far the easiest one to survive. Again, this is the main attack. It pulls all the red energy and then it fires that here. I've been caught out a lot, and probably the way I've died the most is on sort of the second phase. I forgot to do my Moonstone barrier. That special attacks come and I've just been hit to 5k. So that's how I get caught out more than anything. And like I said before, you can hover over your cleanse statue shards and that's going to tell you how much damage you're going to do. So as you can see, I've got 39k of the boss left and I'm only going to do 34k damage. So I still need to harvest some more corrupt shards. And again, you're not really going to break many speed records with this. Again, I want to do like a nice, easy, comfortable kill. And then once sort of like I get more used to the mechanics, again, big red dots going to come now. So we are just about there. Now what I do is call the dog early because you can still get a couple more mines in. And on the first phase, what I'll normally do is start to like do a little bit of div on one of the next sort of ones I want to pick before doing, and I've misclicked that. I should be able to get it. Yeah. And that's basically it. I hope I've sort of like gone through enough. I might actually do another kill, but that's basically it. You loot the treasure. The treasure works the same as all the other raids. Basically, if you teleport out, it goes into the big one at the Sanctum. And pretty much rinse and repeat. So I'll try and do another kill just to highlight the mechanics. But if that first sort of run through and sort of mini guide worked, again, it'll all go into your loot. As you can see, I've pretty much sort of gathered most of my loot. But I'll do another kill just so we can go through it again and just to highlight a couple of things as well. But again, there was no real sort of worry that I was going to die there. So you click on Death Dog, start on the Moonstone, and get to 40 and start repairing your barricade. And what I'll try and do is just show you the attacks a little bit better. But if you pay attention to this, you should only really need to repair your Moonstone twice. We're pretty much going for 2 downs. So I always go in the corner. And again, the damage you're going to receive as well, I didn't actually mention this. A corruption stack is 10 per stack and it maxes out at 50. But consistent 500 chip damage is quite painful to deal with. So it can be a little bit annoying. What I was doing with duos yesterday was basically doing it in one shot, but you do need to bring a little bit more food because having the 500 damage quite consistently does hurt after a while. So we're waiting for the first mechanic. The barrier is up. So this is the main special attack, which is what it does when you attack it as well. You get all of the corrupt energy go back to her and she sends that red dart over. So now we have the blue shields like Sanctum. You can dive and stuff, but as mentioned in many videos before, I am not the best at mobility. Although I do sometimes dive to the Moonstone deficit. There's the feline akker, which we just use Moonstones to kill. That's why you need to get something like 40. It costs 10 to repair the barrier, but you need a little bit more just to kill them as well. It's going to do the special red attack because it's pulled all the red energy back. So that's going to attack as well. Don't forget, you can use Immortality and you can use Barricade as well. I've added all the cleanse shards to my Beast of Burden. And as you can see, we're currently set to do 46k damage. Now, because I know we're going to go hit at some point, like to move here, I'm going to start doing a little bit of divination, and then I'm going to call Death Dog to start setting the portal up. So by the time I've finished doing the divination energy, the steps will be there. I've messed this one up a little bit because I've only got a 15% barrier. You do get the hang of it a little better towards the end. Now, I dive just to try and get to Death Dog's green circle as soon as possible, and it's just going to keep healing you because the red attack is coming as soon as that's done. There you go. Again, pretty much similar to how she draws the red energy and sends the dart. It's the same attack, basically. That's why I call it a special attack. But again, I always use and pinch this spot here. After that, I go and repair the Moonstone, and that's basically going to see us reduce damage for the rest of the kill. But as you can see, at this point, we've got 2 mining spots, and I'll probably need to do 1 more, and then that's going to be it. So it's going to do a special attack. Not that I need to, but I can barricade for that damage as well. Now, in terms of the blue squares, you'll know where they're going to go because the red light moves to a different shard. If a red light moves to a shard, that's going to be procced by the blue squares. As you can see, big attack coming now, barricade again, and you're not going to get any damage. Barricade is quite clutch, actually, because if you forget to repair your barrier, and your barrier strength is low, it can do some damage. Now, because I'm doing pretty well on food, you could repair at this point. I'm not going to. We've currently got 46k, so I only need to do these 2 spots. I'll probably call Death Dog in the next couple of ones. Now, the Ram Hammer, while it is good, apparently, from what my experience, it is good. It has a lag in the animation, which is the most annoying thing in the world. Right, and then hopefully this should be it. And again, this is all practice. I've only done this perfect once. But for most of yesterday, I was doing it pretty perfect. And there you go, another kill done. In terms of speed though, I do think the potions have had an effect, so that should be pretty nice. I'd love to say, like, I know what's going to happen when you get a drop, but I don't, because I've not had any yet, which has been a bit of a rip. But I hope these kills have helped sort of like show you guys what it's like. Again, the Quarry Master aura is very good. I didn't want to use it because I'm only going to do these 2 kills, and I didn't really want to waste it because I'm going to do some more kills later on. I hope you guys have sort of pick some tips up. As you've seen, like, we only really use 2 food that kill. Use your Excalibur every single go. Use your Barricade or Immortality every single go. I did try using Darkness. Darkness did not work. Resonance also doesn't work as well. That caused a couple of deaths. But yeah, most important things really, make sure to have your pack yak. If you want to take a little while to get sort of in the groove, repair your moonstone barriers. That's what's going to save you a lot of damage. And yeah, that's pretty much going to be the end of it. Again, I'm going to do a couple more kills. I'm going to do a couple more loot videos as well. I think I'm going to do a loot video for about 50 kills to show you where we're currently at. And I'm going to show you how painful it is after a couple of 100 kills as well. But I've got the Skeleton Cauldrons. I'm going to give it another go with Duo tonight. And yeah, let me know if that's not sort of helped you guys enough. I can do a more in-detail guide. But I always like to do the live sort of ones because I can show you guys exactly what's happening. If you have enjoyed it, please make sure to like, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys very soon in the next video.